Have you ever stood in front of a mirror and thought, when did I start looking so much older than I feel? It's not your age. It's not your skin. It's your blouse, and these 7 mistakes that are adding years you haven't even lived yet. Here's the thing, I see women in their 40s, 50s, even 60s, who look absolutely stunning, modern, and ageless. They walk into a room and you'd never guess their real age. And then I see women the exact same age, who look dated, tired, older than their own mothers did at that age. Same age, same budget, sometimes even better genetics. So what's the difference? 9 times out of 10, it comes down to their blouse. Because blouses are sneaky. They sit right at your face, framing everything people see first. They're the difference between she's got it together and she's given up. And if you're making even one of these 7 mistakes, you're adding years without even realizing it. Wrong neckline, plus 5 years. Wrong fabric, another 5. Wrong fit, you might as well hand over a decade. But here's the good news. Every single one of these mistakes is fixable. Today. Right now. With the clothes you already own. You don't need a new wardrobe. You just need to know what to avoid. So if you're ready to stop looking older than you are and start looking like the vibrant, modern woman you actually are, hit that subscribe button right now and let's fix these mistakes together. Trust me, mistake number 4 is the one I see most often, and it's aging you faster than anything else hanging in your closet. Mistake 1. The buttoned up to your chin neckline. Let's start with the biggest mistake I see, and it's the one that instantly adds 10 years to your appearance. Buttoning your blouse all the way up to the top. I get it. You were taught that it's proper, that it's professional, that showing any skin is somehow inappropriate. But here's what that top button is really doing. It's creating a visual wall right at your neck. It's cutting off your face. It's making you look severe, uptight, and yes, older. Think about it. When you see a woman with her blouse buttoned all the way up, what do you think? Librarian from 1952? Strict principal? Someone's judgmental aunt? That's the vibe you're giving off. The fix is shockingly simple. Leave the top button, or even top 2 buttons, undone. I'm not saying show cleavage. I'm not saying be inappropriate. I'm saying give your face room to breathe. Create a little vertical line that actually elongates your neck instead of chopping it off. This one change, literally one button, can take years off your appearance. And if you're worried about showing too much, wear a delicate necklace that draws the eye without the buttoned-up severity. Modern, fresh, younger. That's what an open neckline does. Mistake 2. The stiff, boardroom fabric. Now let's talk about fabric, because this is where I see women sabotaging themselves without even knowing it. Those crisp, starched, thick cotton blouses that stand up on their own, the ones that look professional and put together, they're aging you badly. Here's why stiff fabrics don't move with your body. They create harsh lines. They add bulk where you don't need it. They look rigid and severe, and they make you look rigid and severe. They're giving corporate middle manager from 2003, not modern woman of today. The fabrics that make you look younger are the ones with drape, silk, satin, soft cotton blends, crepe, even a good quality rayon. These fabrics skim your body instead of fighting it. They catch light beautifully. They move when you move. They look expensive and effortless. I know what you're thinking, but those wrinkle. Yes, they might. But here's the truth. A few natural wrinkles in beautiful fabric look lived in and luxurious. A stiff, perfect blouse looks dated and trying too hard. Next time you're shopping, do this test. Hold the fabric up and let it fall. Does it drape softly? Does it have movement? Or does it stand at attention like a soldier? Choose drape. Always choose drape. Mistake 3. The hiding my body oversized fit. This one breaks my heart because I know why you're doing it. You think that bigger, looser, more fabric equals more flattering. You think that hiding your body will make you look slimmer. And I need to tell you, you're doing the exact opposite. Oversized, boxy blouses make you look bigger and older. They hide your shape completely, which means people's eyes have no idea where your actual body is, so they assume you're the size of the blouse. They add visual weight. And worse, they make you look like you've given up. Look, I'm not saying wear tight, clingy blouses. I'm saying wear blouses that acknowledge you have a body under there. You want to skim, not squeeze. You want structure, not a tent. Here's the key areas that need to fit properly. Shoulders should hit at your actual shoulder, not drooping down your arm. The body should follow your shape without pulling or gapping. And this is crucial, there should be some shaping at the waist, even if it's subtle. If you love a looser fit, that's fine, but it needs to be intentionally relaxed, not accidentally frumpy. Pair it with fitted pants. Tuck it partially. Belt it. Give it shape somehow. Because shapeless equals ageless in the worst way possible, it makes you disappear. Mistake 4. The length that's drowning you. Remember when I said mistake number 4 was the one I see everywhere? This is it. The blouse that's too long. I'm talking about those blouses that hang down past your bottom, sometimes almost to mid-thigh. The ones that completely cover your entire hip area, and then some. And I know exactly why you bought it. You wanted to cover problem areas. But here's what it's actually doing. It's making you look shorter, wider, and frumpy. It's creating a vertical column that adds visual weight. It's dating you back to when women thought the goal was to hide everything below the waist. The ideal blouse length. It should hit right around your hip bone, right where your hip curves out from your waist. This creates the most flattering proportion and actually makes you look taller and slimmer. If you want to wear a longer blouse, maybe it's a tunic style or an oversized button-down, you need to balance it. Wear it with fitted pants or leggings. Tuck the front in slightly, or belt it to create a waistline. Never, ever just let it hang there like a shapeless curtain. Go into your closet right now. Find those 2 long blouses, the ones drowning you. Either take them to a tailor to get hemmed, or be honest with yourself and donate them. They're not doing you any favors. Mistake 5. The outdated embellishments. Let's talk about the details on your blouse, because this is where things get sneaky. You might have the right neckline, the right fabric, the right fit, but if you've got the wrong embellishments, you're still aging yourself. I'm talking about embroidered flowers, especially around the collar, rhinestones, sequins in the daytime, excessive ruffles, bows that aren't ironic, appliques, and anything that looks like it was trying too hard in 2008. These details are screaming. I bought this at a department store sale in another decade and I'm still wearing it. They're costumey. They're dated. They're the fashion equivalent of that email signature with 17 different fonts. Modern blouses are clean, simple. They might have one interesting detail, an unexpected sleeve, an asymmetric hem, a unique collar, but they're not covered in decorative chaos. The most ageless, timeless blouses are the ones where the beauty comes from the cut, the fabric, and the color, not from someone bedazzling it into submission. If you have blouses with these outdated details, you have 2 choices. Remove them. If possible, sometimes you can pick out embroidery or cut off a bow, or accept that this blouse has lived its life and let it go. Keeping it in your closet isn't helping you look younger. Mistake 6, the wrong tucking technique, or no tuck at all. Okay, this one's about styling, not the blouse itself, but it's so important I had to include it. How you tuck your blouse is the difference between frumpy and fashionable. First, the full tuck. You know, the one where you carefully tuck every inch of fabric into your waistband, then pull your pants up high, and everything is smooth and tucked and completely killing your proportions. This is giving 1,990 seconds mom getting ready for church. It's dated. It's aging you. Second, the no tuck at all. Just letting your blouse hang out completely, especially if it's on the longer side, with no shape or definition. This is giving, I've given up. Also aging you. So what's the modern approach? The front tuck, or what some people call the half tuck. You tuck in just the front portion of your blouse, either just the center, or one side. or everything from hip to hip in the front, while leaving the back out. This creates a casual, effortless vibe, while still defining your waist and creating good proportions. It looks intentional without looking try-hard. It's modern, it's flattering, and it works on literally every body type. The key is to not overthink it. Tuck it in, pull it out slightly so it's not skin tight, and leave a little blouse on above the waistband. It should look easy, like you just threw it on and it happened to fall perfectly. Even if you adjusted it 17 times to get it right. Mistake 7. The sleeve length that's working against you. Last mistake, and it's one that most women don't even think about: sleeve length. But sleeves frame your arms the same way your blouse frames your face, and the wrong length is adding years you don't need. The most aging sleeve lengths: the 3/4 sleeve that hits at the widest part of your forearm, making your arms look bigger, and the short sleeve that hits mid-bicep, right where your arm is fullest. Same problem, different location. These lengths cut your arm off at the worst possible spot and create a visual width that makes you look heavier and older. They're also the sleeve lengths that every mature women's clothing brand defaults to, which should tell you everything you need to know. The most flattering sleeve lengths: full-length classic, elongating, elegant. Bracelet length hits right above your wrist bone, sophisticated and modern. Or completely sleeveless, if you're comfortable with it. If you love short sleeves, make sure they hit higher on your arm, closer to your shoulder than your elbow. This creates a longer line and doesn't cut you off at the widest point. And here's a bonus tip. If you have full-length sleeves, push them up to just below your elbow. This creates shape, shows some skin, and looks effortlessly cool. Never scrunch them up awkwardly at your forearm, push them up properly or leave them down. So there you have it. 7 blouse mistakes that have been aging you, probably without you even realizing it. And I want you to notice something: not one of these mistakes had anything to do with your age, your body, or your budget. These are all fixable. Right now. Today. You don't need to buy a whole new wardrobe. You don't need to lose weight. You don't need to be younger. You just need to be smarter about the choices you're making. Unbutton that top button. Choose softer fabrics. Get the right fit. Wear the right length. Skip the outdated embellishments. Learn to tuck properly. Pay attention to sleeve length. 7 things. That's it. And I promise you, when you get these right, people will notice. They won't necessarily know what changed. They'll just think, wow, she looks great. She looks current. She looks vibrant. And you'll feel it too, that confidence that comes from knowing you look as young and relevant as you feel inside. Because here's what I really want you to understand. Looking modern and age-appropriate isn't about chasing trends or dressing like your daughter. It's about understanding what works for you now and having the confidence to let go of what doesn't. Those blouses in your closet that are committing these mistakes, they had their moment. They served their purpose. But they're holding you back now, and you deserve better than that. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 7 mistakes have you been making? Drop a comment and let me know. My guess? It's mistake number 4, because that's the one I see on almost everyone. But maybe you've been buttoning up to your chin, or hiding in oversized fabrics, or holding onto those embellished blouses from 2010. Be honest. No judgment here. We've all made these mistakes. I made them for years before I figured this out. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button so I know you want more content like this. Subscribe if you haven't already, because I've got videos coming on pants mistakes, shoe mistakes, and all the other sneaky things that might be aging you without you realizing it. There's also a little bell icon next to the subscribe button. Click that so you don't miss the next video, because I'm going to show you the 5 blouses every woman over 40 should own. Not trendy pieces, not fast fashion. The real foundational blouses that will make getting dressed effortless and make you look absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Now go look at your blouses with fresh eyes. You've got this.